Fun fact, the Leaf Storm was designed by American Kevin Wilkins, who started as a graphic designer and art student. The Leaf Storm is a Spyderco production of Wilkins' original custom.
Alright, now for a quick size comparison. Spyderco Leaf Storm in the center, Spyderco Cat to the right, and then Benchmade Mini Griptilian. We have the Kershaw Leak and Spyderco Delica. Alright everyone, let's start talking about the Spyderco Leaf Storm. I picked this up about a month ago, and it's been in an EDC fashion as my everyday carry knife at work. I do work on a military base, so what I can carry is somewhat restricted. But this, since it's a smaller knife, it's not as intimidating, as it worked perfectly in that role. I've been extremely impressed with it, and I just want to start this review off with that, saying that it's been an outstanding knife, and I've really enjoyed the time that I've carried it. So, this is a smaller knife, a little bit on the pricey side, but I think this knife really appeals to a specific category of knife user and collector. It is pricier. It's something I think anyone who is a fan of the Chris Reeve Sebenza, they're probably going to like this knife and lean a little bit towards it. In my opinion, it is a kind of a dressy knife, more of a gentleman's folder, or a work knife if you're wearing, you know, business attire, you know, slacks and a suit jacket. But for my purposes, I've really enjoyed it. It's lightweight, compact, and extremely fun knife to use. So the material that Spyderco is using is they call it a natural G10. To me, it looks more like a jade G10 coloration. Really nice, very attractive. It really sets the knife off and gives it a very different look. On the back, we have a titanium slab that's also using a Chris Reeve style integral lock. All the hardware, pocket clip, and the screws and pivot screw are titanium. Alright, blade steel that's being used is a CPM S30V premium blade steel. Absolutely love it. CPM S30V is one of my favorite, if not my favorite, blade steels for everyday use, and just, you know, as an all-around blade steel in my opinion. Alright, Spyderco opening hole. Alright. Very handsome knife. There is a little bit of spine jimping on the top here, not really required in my opinion for the kind of cutting task that you're going to be using this for in the office, or, you know, it's a small knife, it's not going to be beat on too badly. You don't need that up there. It does offer quite a bit of grip. It's cut quite aggressively, so it really digs into your thumb and allows you to get a good purchase on it. Right? The ergonomics, quite comfortable for this small knife. They really just have this one groove in here that allows your fingers to set up in there and get a good, nice hold on it. Your pinky finger does sit on the back here, and they're not too crammed up. It's quite comfortable. Only downside is, if you really want to scoot up, you have to be careful because your finger has the possibility of sliding forward into that blade. There is no finger choil or guard there to protect or prevent your finger from sliding forward. So I just keep my fingers, you know, farther back. It's very comfortable, very easy to control, so there really is no need to go forward there. Okay, I do have to give one hit to the pocket clip here. I think it kind of doesn't mesh too well with the overall design of the knife. It just kind of looks like a standard pocket clip, you know, Spyderco threw on there at the end, not really thinking about it. Alright. Unfortunately, it is only tip up, right hand carry. You can't adjust it anywhere else, which I think for the price you're paying, they should have given you a little bit more options. Spyderco does offer a lanyard hole here. It's kind of an odd lanyard hole. It goes in the side of the G10 here and pops out the top. But for such a small knife, unless you're going to remove that pocket clip and just use it as a in your pants pocket type of knife instead of clipping it to the side, I'm not really going to put a lanyard on there myself. Alright, this is a hollow ground blade of S30V. I'm a full flat grind kind of guy. That's my preferred grind, but this hollow grind has done it exceptionally well. It's, you know, it really hasn't had any problem with anything I've asked it to cut. Just to recap, some of the positives with the Spyderco Leaf Storm: the premium materials that Spyderco offers with this knife, the natural G10 titanium integral lock, and the CPM S30V blade steel all really accent this knife and let it stand out from the rest. It's a perfect size for office carry. Definitely has performed well in that role for me, and I suspect it would do well for anyone else. It's a very handsome knife. The G10 really offsets that titanium integral lock and gives it an overall very handsome look. Ergonomics are extremely comfortable for a small knife. Typically with someone like myself with larger hands, it's uncomfortable to either hold or open a smaller knife just because ergonomics aren't really meant to be that great. But with the Leaf Storm, it really does a great job. And finally, the lockup is solid and alignment is perfect. For the price you're paying for this knife, Spyderco certainly doesn't let you down. Solid lockup, no up and down play, nothing from side to side. Blade centering is perfect. Now for some of the cons. Unfortunately, with those premium materials does come an inflated price. This knife is very similar to the Spyderco Balance in the fact that you're getting a small knife but paying a large amount for it. There's no forward trawl on this knife to prevent any protection or to give any protection to your finger in the case that you want to choke up. So you really gotta be careful, make sure your finger doesn't slide forward into the blade. Pocket clip isn't the best. I think it doesn't mesh with the overall design, but again, you can't have everything. So all in all, pretty decent from Spyderco. Alright, so my final thoughts on the Spyderco Leaf Storm. I think Spyderco did an outstanding job bringing out a knife that really appeals to the customers who want a more of a premium knife with more premium materials, titanium, integral lock, S30V, the translucent G10, and they really did a nice job with the overall fit and finish and the entire package. The one downside is the price. This knife's going to appeal more to the knife buyer who's in the market for, say, a Sebenza or just any higher end knife, really. So again, this isn't going to be for everyone, but if you can appreciate the attention to detail and the materials that Spyderco is using in this knife, this is definitely something you should check out. Big fan of this. This is going to stay in my EDC for a long time. Again, it's the perfect office knife. It's been accompanying me to work for the past month or so, and I've really enjoyed it. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. If you're interested in this or any other Spyderco knife, head over to tacticaldefender.com and use coupon code EW88 for 10% off your entire order.